Next thing we got is our mystery box battle. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. Whoops. Man, we're both taking stuff out. So we got Mystery Box Battle. If you have never watched the show before, I will kind of recap how this worked. Did you look inside?
I gave you that one already.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, all right. So if you have never watched the show before, we do a Mystery Box Battle. The Mystery Box Battle, basically two competing materials. No. Two competing materials, and like if we had copper versus PEX, or we had nails versus screws, or whatever. I mean, we have had a number of different Mystery Box Battles, carpet versus vinyl plank flooring. Lots of different mystery box battles, and today is no different. We have two competing materials that are in the same space, and if you go to the hardware store, you will have a decision to make. Which one do you buy? Which one do you not buy? Mm-hmm. And we're going to open up our box. We're going to show you what we've got, and then we're going to take 1 minute to explain to you why our product is better than their product, and do it in either telling why that one's a bad one or why yours is a good one. Whatever, you get 1 minute, and whoever goes second will get a brief rebuttal to whatever the argument that was presented was. All right, so our products, you ready?
Yep.
What do you got?
Get a wax ring.
He's got a wax ring. What's the wax ring for, Michael?
Your toilet.
It's for your toy. Yep. I have a reusable foam. Oh, I don't know if it's foam. It's kind of like
you didn't buy the good one.
I know there's a better one. I didn't. You know how expensive that one is? But
$8.
It's more than that.
$8.95.
It's more than that. This one is a foam and rubber version of a wax ring for a toilet. Comes in two different sizes here that are all in the same package. Both used to seat your toilet onto the flange that's on your floor to make sure all your yuck goes in the yuck hole and not onto your floor. Okay. And if you don't have a tight seal, you may not detect it right away. You'll know eventually that you have a problem. So we want to make sure if you're taking that toilet off and you're resetting it, that you put either one of these down. Okay. As long as you put one of these down, you'll be all right. All right. It's when you don't put one of these down that you have a bigger problem. All right. Now, let's get into it. Would you like to go first or second, Michael?
I'll go first.
You go first. What do you got?
So wax ring. This one happens to be extra thick. Like Matt was saying, installed on all the toilets. The nice thing about these, I actually the wax rings, I stick to the bottom of the toilet, so it's already lined up with the discharge hole. Yep. And then stick it down to the floor, and then because this is extra thick, you can use it. If you have a tile floor, it's gonna should be higher than your tile, and then it squishes out to the sides, and there's a lot of extra material here versus that one that just has the rubber gasket on it, and you have to set your toilet down on it. Perfect. Obviously there is a little bit of wiggle room, but if you set it right on this edge, this is going to mush out to the sides down and seal. Yeah. Oh, and the rubber's up. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So in this one,
I don't use those. Well, I use the blue ones.
The blue ones are nice. I got
Those ones are slick.
Let's see. This goes down on your flange like that.
And this is a spacer.
You could keep them both in there.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about the rubber one, like this material, is that it degrades over time. The wax ring is not going to degrade. Unless your toilet comes loose, then both of these will fail.
If your toilet comes loose, yes. If your toilet comes loose, that will fail. Oh, sorry.
It will. Yeah, both of them will fail. Yeah, I'm good.
Both of them will fail, but mine can be reused.
Yours can be reused.
Yes.
But what's the cost of that one? That's the other thing.
Would you really want to reuse it?
Sure.
Sounds
Why
like
not?
You could. I mean, the only reason you'd want a
rinse
reusable
it off
one.
And go. Tammy's grossed out by poo-poo. She doesn't realize that you and I, when you do sewer scopes, we're dealing with the poo-poo.
Yeah.
All the time.
Sometimes in crawl spaces.
Sometimes there's poo-poo in crawl spaces. That is true. But on this one, so we do have two different sizes. So if you have a flush floor, so you don't have tile or raised flooring of some kind, that you might use this lower profile. Okay, but if you have your tile floor, which is raised up a little bit higher because of your thin set as well as the thickness of the tile, Boop, goes right on the top of there. This goes on in the flange, so it sits on the floor like this, okay? And then you set your toilet on top of here. These two rings are where the holes for the bolts would go through. And then you tighten this down, and it mushes down this foam here, making a nice tight seal, okay? Now, the nice thing is if you misset the toilet, or the toilet becomes loose, or you for some reason need to take the toilet off because you're going to put tile down or whatever, you can rinse this sucker off and go again. Most of the time with these, the only dirty part's going to be this interior portion here. Okay. If you got a little off center, it might be a little bit more, but generally speaking. Now, the one that Mike's talking about, it's a blue one, I think. Right? Yeah. It's got a inflated. It's not inflated. It's like got a different foam rubber piece on here.
It doesn't even. So it actually has an integrated foam and wax ring that seals to the flange to the floor, and then the top section is all rubber. So it's actually reversed. Basically, it's not tapered like this on the top side, but I like that one better. I just felt like this one is a little bit more chintzy.
You also should know the bottom of the toilet where this goes in there's a lip on the bottom of the toilet, so that recesses down into here. You know, so yeah. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to both. I like this one because all too often I've needed to move the toilet or take a toilet off or whatever, and cleaning up the wax ring is kind of messy and gross, and it gets that especially the thick ones, they kind of mush all over the place, and it's just one more thing you got to clean up. Where this, even if you don't want to reuse this, pick it up, throw it away, it's gone, and your flange is nice and clean since the last time you cleaned it. It's just a matter of doing that. Reusable cleaner to use if you don't place the toilet down just right. You think you can lift it up and replace it. The blue ones are great. So Dustin, one of our other inspectors, is saying Matt wins. That's it. I'm just summarizing here. That's what I'm hearing.
But you want the blue one, not the red one.
Okay.
Yes.
Blue one.
Okay, but they didn't have the blue one at Menards, okay?
That's the problem. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay, there's some things that are good at Menards, and there's some things that are good at Home Depot. And you know what? I was actually in Lowe's the other day. There's some things that are better than Menards and Home Depot at Lowe's. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at Lowe's tool selection.
You got some blue cobalt tools
now? They got cobalt. That's their cheap stuff, but better than Master Force.
It is.
At Menards. Not to knock him Menards or anything, but John Menard, is what he is, Yeah. So I wish that they would carry, like Lowe's, they have Milwaukee and DeWalt and stuff. Home Depot, Milwaukee, DeWalt. Menards, no Milwaukee, no DeWalt.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Tool is what you guys own primarily.
We're both big fans of Milwaukee. We like red. Not that Mike's got a jacket or anything on. Not that I have Milwaukee underwear on or anything. Not just kidding. I might be kidding. Both wax rings are a reasonable option. If you're replacing your toilet, you gotta get a wax ring. You can't just put the toilet down over the opening and call it a day. And
silicone should not be used.
Yeah, and it's to prevent the yuck, but also to prevent gases. So that flange that's underneath there, lots of times when you're putting a toilet over that, they're relying on the P-trap that's built into the toilet. The opening that's underneath there doesn't necessarily have a P-trap on it. They
go straight down.
Assume that your P-trap is built into your toilet, and it goes straight down. Now, the only place where you sometimes will have a P-trap in a toilet is in a wall-mounted toilet, but that's even very rare. You had one in your house, but I know that
was actually, it was just a Y straight.
Was it a straight Y? Down. So the P-trap still had to be in the toilet then, on your wall-mounted toilet. Yeah. So, definitely either way you go, you're going to be doing all right. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to know when we put out the next one, give me a bell notification. It's a little bell on the bottom right-hand side. And subscribe. You want to know when I'm coming out with new stuff or whatever. You want to be able to check us out and be alerted to new video content coming your way. Subscribe button's really the way to go. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, better it's going to take care of you. Have a good one.